Welcome back to Factorio Launch Per Second, episode 17. Now, I'm a little bit caught up, and I realised I ended up losing a little bit of the footage around episode 15. It was mainly around the depot design, so that's why I gave you a bit of a preamble to fill in what we actually have here. And then episode 15 was testing the design, and I'm quite happy with it. I think we've got a pretty good design here now. Testing the design, and then episode 16 we set up some oil, and since that time, what's damaged? Oh, we're missing a couple of smart inserters. Well, that's fine. I've started I guess I'll talk about it now. I started laying down. I want to see just how big our Mercer is going to end up being. So I've started laying down in this direction. I've put down another robo port because we're going to need multiple of them going down the sides as well. No one likes trees. Get out of here. Got a rock over there. I might have to take care of this the old-fashioned... Ooh, I'm out of ammo. That is interesting. Okay. So, never mind, we'll worry about the rock later. I've been basically slapping down this design just to give me some sort of idea how far Mercer will extend. I mean, I've got some idea, but this makes it a bit easier. So, what are we up to here? 1, 2, 3, that's the fourth one. That would be the fifth one. I'm just doing it this way so that I know how far apart, so I get the spacing about the same, and hopefully I've got enough spacing, otherwise we'll have to rip it all up. That's 6, I think. 7, and 8. So that gets us to the bottom extent once it's done. So it comes down to about here. Then we need this whole stack. So yeah, we're way down here somewhere. Basically I need to know that, so if I'm going to run rail, I should probably run it down here and then back up here. That was the point of doing this. As you can see, I have done a lot more clearing. I've found another big ocean or lake or something. A lot of water here, which is good, and I've cleared all the way to it. I have to tell you that the biter resistance I encountered was somewhat more severe than what we had on film. I almost turned it into an episode just so you can see what sort of, this sort of density of biters plus is like to fight, but I didn't. So there you have it. I am a little concerned at my lack of good coal resources. We're not going to need quite as much coal as we need iron, but still we are going to need a lot, and one of these is going to exhaust incredibly quickly with the depot setup that we have here and here. I mean, even this, I'm going to have to make the most of all of these sort of iron resources. I think I decided I've got a piddly little coal there, but it's going to have to be one of my superior coal resources. There is a little bit of coal out here. I think I'm going to have to use it. I could possibly combine both of those into one coal station. I'm going to have to do a whole lot more clearing over here as well. These are tiny, but maybe all of those could be one. This could be one, so that's sort of 1, 2, 3. I didn't really find a good source up here. 4, 5 at a stretch, with a lot more clearing. So that's probably the coal. The iron isn't quite so bad, although, I mean, this is being absolutely shredded, so we'll definitely have to tap these. That's iron, that's iron. That thing there's iron. Got some decent iron over here. We've got a few options with the iron. But anyway, the key was, I just wanted to know just how far this is going to extend. So it's about there, plus, you know, a stack on top. And yeah, we're going to access these things, we all have to extend rail along here. I'm not going to do that just at the moment. Instead, I'm going to go back to oil and lay down plastics. Now, I came up with quite an interesting result when I was looking at the amount of these chemical factories needed to support the plastics infrastructure. Let me just lay one down and show you. Basically, if this is producing plastic, and we have it fully enhanced with God modules, you'll notice the formula is 1 second. So every 1 second, normally we'll get 2 plastic bars out of it. With our God modules, productivity multiplies that by 4, so it'll be 8 per second. And then we've got a crafting speed of 45.5. So it can do that 45 times a second. So we really only need 2 of these, right? Yeah, wrong. Obviously the problem is there's no way that we can feed enough coal into it to have 45, for it to actually, you know, have the coal available for 45 times per second. And then we then have to then strip out the plastic at the rate of, well, it would be 90 per second, and there's just no way that's going to happen. So I'm not even going to try. What I'm going to do instead is realize that if we have about 6 of the express inserters, yeah, if we have about 6 of the express inserters, we can get a, where do I want this? About there. Let's just get right and close. We can totally compact a belt. One of these belts. And my idea for doing that is basically, that doesn't make sense, that's 2. Basically a layout like this. Oh, we haven't got to get it right eventually. So the petroleum can come in at the rear. We can have our supply of coal come in this way. We then pull it off with a series of 3 express inserters, and the output goes here, 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 and here. And that will compact 1 belt. So that's basically how the design is going to need to look. Now, I think I'm going to rotate this. I basically want 8 sets of those for the top 4, and this is oil for the whole factory, so 8 sets of these for the top 4 rows, another 8 sets that will go down the side here for the bottom 4 rows, plus we're going to need 2 sets to go over to where we build the satellites. So yeah, I need it on its side, and we can't rotate blueprints, which hopefully the devs will fix at some point. So if let's build that again. We basically want coal going down like so. Whoops. Coal going down here. Yes, this is right. That's my design. Oh, I'm just being silly for the sake of it, aren't I? So let's just copy over the formula. I know it's not going to copy over these, but I kind of want them in there. Let's get rid of the top one. So we'll have a row of, we'll need 10 to 2 for the satellites plus 8 for the top 4, sort of in this direction. We'll have another 8 going this way, and then I'll work out how I'm going to get coal to it. Obviously we're going to need another depot. I might, it's kind of amazing, the shape, because I haven't actually mined this at all. This is the naturally occurring shape that RSO gave me. But given that we've got a lead ore resource here, we might use this directly in the circuits, so I probably don't want to run over that. Likewise, this one here, oh no, that's tin. That's silver. I don't know if we're actually going to need silver. So maybe that's not a problem, I can just run straight over those. But the tin is useful. But yeah, probably somewhere up here, we'll have the coal station, and then it can just feed down here directly. But let's take a copy of this. Probably half of these things are redundant, but I'm not entirely sure. I should only need one oil blueprint. I'll get rid of that one. Thanks, autosave. Let's get rid of those and use plastic. So that's our plastic build. Probably start up about there. Then get rid of that one. Plastic. Plastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this side, we'll start it down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go, plastic done. Sort of. Obviously we need to thread in our supplies of petroleum. So let's see what we can do. Do for there. Oops. I think one pipe, from what I can understand as to how the throughput works, one pipe should be sufficient to supply all of this. So basically, go over slightly further. Unless we're using that one. Maybe, yeah, that'll be fine. Now obviously the way we're doing this is to make it easier to walk through, but also the underground only counts as a single pipe, so it's better for throughput. And I think, as I've mentioned before, this plastic pipe has a capacity of 20, so it's twice normal pipe. It's possible that normal iron pipe would work, but just to be on the safe side. And there you have it. Plastic. Fully wired in. Now, what else are we going to try and do this episode? So, where was our plastic injection point? It must have been... One, two, three, four, five. Must be the intention to have it in here. So the first 6 of these, let's just extend our track a little bit further. Where do I want to take them? That's a good question. Very good question. Because I want to bring them all to this stack, basically. I guess we sort of come over here. We'll use some undergrounds so that it's not quite so confusing along this part. Where do we want to be with our 6? Maybe sort of along this line. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that's our top 6. The these 4 here are our injections. So 1 has to go. Actually, we need the whole lot really to go around. I think I'll bring all 4 of these through here, though. We've got space. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Right. Maybe it's worth undergrounding it already. Probably is, you know. Ooh, we're almost out of Express Underground. So what I'll do is I will create a pattern of how far it can go, then I'll just blueprint it and slap it down. That will save a bit of time in terms of doing this. Running along as I was demonstrating there is probably not going to work for me. So come on bots, bring me my Super Express inserters. Chop chop. Maybe while we wait, I can throw God modules into all these things, just so I don't forget later, because it certainly won't work without them. Oops. They turned up yet? Yes, they have. Awesome. Okay. How far can we go? There we go. So if we just do a quick pattern where we have, say, 2 sets of these underground. Should also save on system resources as far as the computer not slowing down by having it underground, so that should be helpful as well. Oops, where are we? Blueprints, give me one. Now I don't want any belt, that's what I want. Okay. Good enough. And then whoops. From here we're going to have to do a little bit more maneuvering to get it to do what we want, but that's a good start. Let's just fill in the corner. And I think that's probably all I've got time for this episode. So, yeah. We're well on our way to hooking up plastic, so that's a very good start. Obviously we need to do coal and outposts, but that's going to have to wait for the next episode. So thanks very much for joining me for this one. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers, guys.